Knuckles the Echidna, one of the most popular characters in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, the serious, determined guardian of the Master Emerald that grew up on Angel Island, and able to smash the teeth down Super Sonic's throat and souped up robots. I have a lot of passion for Knuckles the Echidna, as you'll soon find out in this video. The true original Team Red that rivaled Team Blue, sorry Team Orange, or Brown, whatever. But with an epic debut and background like that, and unique gameplay style combined with an appearance that separated him from the Blue Blur, and a favourite in many fans' eyes, we have to ask ourselves the most important question. What the hell happened? Why has Knuckles the Echidna become a disgrace and laughing stock to the entire Sonic franchise? Well, you're about to find out how much Knuckles has changed so much as a character. Knuckles had a mysterious past to him, which led us to show an interest in the little mean red dude. Combining that with Knuckles' slick look, the red dreads, the huge knuckles, and a cheeky grin, Knuckles had the substance to be a serious, incredible main event character. And actually that he did. As in Sonic 3, Knuckles made his debut by being a proper pain in the ass to Sonic's journey. He was introduced as an intimidator because of his powerful abilities and strength. We find out Knuckles was tricked by Dr. Robotnik, and Lord and behold, we get some nostalgic, heart-touching moments in 16-bit form when Knuckles teams up with Sonic after realizing Sonic is actually the good guy. I have nothing but good memories of Knuckles back in Sonic during those days. Knuckles allowed us to explore in the games where Sonic couldn't, and his gameplay style truly made him unique and a welcoming part of the classic trio of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Not only that, Knuckles was able to harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds to become Super Knuckles and Hyper Knuckles, implying to us fans that whatever Sonic can do, this crazy kid Knuckles can do the same. And you better believe it, this is the guardian of the Master Emerald. It would be foolish to think Knuckles does not have a link to that power. And so, with that, those abilities made Knuckles a truly memorable rival to Sonic for all of the right reasons. Where Sonic had yellow, Knuckles had pink. And it's those little details that makes all the difference. I mean, that art in Sonic and Knuckles just says it all about how high in regard they held Knuckles at that time. And you knew how serious things were when there was the inclusion of Knuckles in the Sonic 2 zones. I mean, damn, Knuckles, you the man! Knuckles gets his time to shine in Knuckles Chaotix, although with mixed reviews, some love it, some don't, and perhaps this is what made the companies realize it was better to just leave the main titles in the Sonic the Hedgehog name. It was a gutsy move, but they took a chance at one point with Knuckles due to his popularity. And you know what? I would have gambled with it too. Some things work out, some things don't. That's life. However, as quickly as Knuckles rose to fame, his credentials would soon start to slip away just as fast for multiple reasons. The biggest one we'll leave in the shadows for the time being. The theme of Knuckles becoming a gullible fool soon became the front line of Knuckles' role in any future game or story, taken away from the seriousness of Knuckles, the prestige of his role being a guardian, and this led to most fans seeing Knuckles as actually a joke who is better off being a support character for comic relief rather than the main star, or heck, just even his main rival. Is it really the case that only some fans start caring about Knuckles because of the insane "and Knuckles" meme? Is that the only reason? If it takes a meme to make someone begin liking a character whilst covering up the very reasons they started to become less fond of him in the first place, just shows us what kind of world we live in right now. But hey, can't fault any extra Knuckles support in this day and age, due to the total oversaturation of Sonic characters. Which brings me to the next point. A new Sonic character joins the fight. And this became almost like a running gag. You couldn't tell if the Sonic team were just having a laugh or just plain desperate, introducing new characters every single time, believing that the next new character will be the next big thing in the franchise, only for them to just fall flat over and over again. And it was almost like the introduction of more and more characters just replicated the Sonic games themselves. Here's the next Sonic game, we promise. Sonic is back this time, better than ever. And it fails. The cycle continues, with the exceptions of some games of course. And I feel with all of these characters coming in left, right and center, that it just left the original friendly, rival playable character to Sonic in the shadows. Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. And Knuckles was just becoming overshadowed. Damn it, I'll stop the puns in a moment, okay? It just seemed like there was nothing to explore with Knuckles anymore. He had his run, and now he's just there, Sonic's support chum. In Sonic the comic, Knuckles had an invigorating story, taken very seriously, and eventually followed suit with the Sonic 3 story. Knuckles' role in the comic and other Sonic continuity made him slowly become more of a light-hearted support character and comic relief. The Archie comics have some epic Knuckles storylines, which I can't even cover here fully, but they do give the Echidna the respect he deserves at times. Sonic X kind of had some cool Knuckles moments, but ultimately, if we had to look back on Knuckles there, despite some good scenes here and there, we could already see Knuckles edging towards being the butt jokes of the situations. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Sonic Mania, my favourite recent Sonic game, but even in the video shorts, Knuckles is depicted as this, well, gullible fool yet again. And I know it's done in a light-hearted way for comedy purposes, and yes, it separates him from the other characters, where Tails being the genius, Sonic being the lead character, and so on, but still, it just looks like Knuckles had to take that hit. I mean, for God's sake, make Ray take that hit, make him look the stupid idiot. They could have easily protected Knuckles and gave him more of a prestigious attitude. Yeah, he's strong and all, but they play on his weaknesses too much. Although we did get some playtime in the modern generation, we could just feel the important role of Knuckles slowly slipping away. So let's talk about Shadow the Hedgehog. Finally, a character which, let's be honest, sat with the newer generation fans more than the older generation fans. And don't get me wrong, I like Shadow. I think he's a cool addition to the Sonic series. And because of Sonic and the popularity of the adventure games becoming such a hit with the intended audience at the time, Shadow was there ready to be sucked up by the newer fans ready as Sonic's next big rival. Hey, he's just like Sonic, but if you like black better than blue, then he's the guy for you. And his name is Shadow. And he can go Super Shadow. And this indirectly killed off Knuckles, similar to what Vegeta did to Piccolo's rivalry to Goku. And I can see why a lot of fans see Knuckles as Dragon Ball's Piccolo. Piccolo, Kami, Guardian of Earth, Dragon Balls, Knuckles, Guardian, Emeralds, Sonic's rival, Goku's rival, only for those important factors to be eventually outdone by Shadow the Hedgehog. Many see that as Sonic's version of Vegeta, who shares the same Hedgehog traits as Sonic, like Vegeta shares being a Saiyan to Goku, and can also perform the super forms, combined with having the Vegeta-esque attitude. A character like Shadow, with all of that backing from the modern audience and the writers, just pushes the original cool rival Knuckles to the side because, number one, Knuckles' reputation has been far too damaged to be considered serious anymore, and two, Knuckles' biggest support comes from the fans of the classic generation who, let's be honest, like myself, are all growing up and there's just little by little left of us as time goes on. Shadow has been protected well, more so than Knuckles, and he's in the right generation. And this generation just suits Shadow more. And it's a shame because I feel the character of Knuckles has far more potential and uniqueness to the main guy Sonic, more than Shadow does. It's just a shame that the writers or developers didn't intend to push it that way or explore Knuckles even further as one of the main characters, or at least just protect his dignity. Because my goodness, despite there being a fair share of Sonic games over the years that have taken the fall, where even Sonic was damaged at times, that all pales in comparison to the ultimate insult in Sonic history, in my opinion, and that was the introduction of Sonic Boom. I'm really struggling here, guys, to speak. I can either rant for potentially one more hour, or just sum this up in a few short sentences, which is probably for the better. Knuckles in Sonic Boom is the creation of what some idiotic minds thought Knuckles meant to us fans. A muscular, slow-witted, goofy, idiotic stereotype. And if this type of Knuckles appeals to you, just don't talk to me. With Knuckles in Sonic Boom, it almost solidified the death of Knuckles as a serious character with any prestige whatsoever. Compare that to how he was first introduced, with so much charisma, and he didn't even have to speak then, and so important to even lead major Sonic game names with his own for a while. It goes to show us how much they truly cared about Knuckles compared to how much they care about him now. Devaluing him doesn't matter anymore. He's there to make Sonic look good. Oh, and Shadow. And if that's how we are to remember Knuckles, from a meme and a disrespectful jock redesign, I don't want any part of it. And did they seriously make Silver the Hedgehog turn Super as well? Yet our boy Knuckles' super and hyper forms seem forgotten as time goes on, or disrespected by other lame ass trashy joke memes about Super Knuckles being pink? Well, let me tell you something, brother. Only the best wear pink, and I'd rather Knuckles be pink than the oversaturation of frickin' Super Hedgehog bargain sale. Now, I've probably missed a ton more of in-depth character breakdowns of Knuckles in different parts of the franchise, which I hope you guys can fill in for, but I'm pretty confident I've touched on the obvious factors. In conclusion, the problem with Knuckles is not Knuckles. It's the creators and the developers and how they believe Knuckles appeals to us, when in fact, the very attributes that are heavily portrayed in games now, comics and shows, of Knuckles' stupidity and meathead persona, are not the things that made us love Knuckles in the first place. We loved Knuckles because of his tenacity, his determination and loyalty to protect his island, potentially in respect of his ancestors, and that made us respect Knuckles. He's been living alone and has survived and knows a lot about the land, which he can teach others. Sure, he got fooled by Robotnik, but Robotnik is a smart guy and probably has a PhD in bullshitting. But that didn't make me lose faith in Knuckles, especially when he was so unique compared to Sonic, in games and out. What happened to Knuckles was the same thing that happened to many other awesome characters in the history of great franchises, and that is, they just become either lost in the shuffle or slowly fade out for newer characters like Shadow to take their place, who have more backing from the writers and fans. I love Knuckles. The classic one will always be my favorite, and to this day, I still stand by who he originally was when I first saw him. He seemed like a character that if you stepped out of line, he would kick their ass and be taken seriously. And that Knuckles will always be there even to this day, as long as we continue to show our love for Knuckles. So I hope you liked this second video in the Sonic series. Let me know below what you like best about Knuckles and what do you think happened to him. But for our boy Knuckles still hanging in there, there may be hope for this fiery little echidna yet.